Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Almighty Allah, the merciful, the merciful for every human being, for every animal, for every being, for every creature in this universe, and the special merciful that this will show his kind of mercy to his people, his beloved people, on the day of judgment. Here we learn two qualities about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who are going to enjoy His mercy in this world and in later life. Ameen, ameen. Welcome to this program, and I greet you by the best greeting that I have learned from our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May peace be unto all of you. Ameen, ameen. Dear viewers, welcome to your program Treasures from the Holy Quran. As we said, that the way we look at the Holy Quran is as if it is a treasure, a valuable treasure, an unparalleled treasures that we should seek as much as we can. Simply, it carries the exact words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is something not available in any source or on any planet as much as we know. Therefore, we should get the pleasure of enjoying these beautiful things. We learn them, we love them, we adopt them, we apply them in our life, and we share them with other people so that the world would be a better place. As we see that the world nowadays is full of trouble and turmoil, and therefore we need to get the peaceful source and to be equipped with it, not just as individuals, but as communities and as many societies here, so that all of us would share this kind of enjoyment and peace and beauty of this world. Dear viewers across the globe, I greet you with the greeting of peace, and I invite you to learn little things as much as you can. Little as little as you can. Nobody is pushing us to learn as many as we can, yet down the road we are eager to know everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed. But we do our effort, and we have this intention that we want to learn the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we are confused. We have many views, and all of them are human views, and no doubt to err is human. We know that humans err and humans make mistakes, and we don't want to experiment. We've no time to spend to experiment. No. We have the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserved as He revealed them, and therefore we need to use the best of our time in order to know what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to do in this world. What is our task? What's our main mission in this world? Otherwise, we will be very perplexed, as many people right now. And everywhere in the world, we'll find many of them. They are still looking for their Creator. Therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to really use our time in the best way that we can. And one of the best ways is just to learn what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says. A lot of people waste their time learn something that's of no use or of temporary use, forgetting about their main task and their main mission, and forgetting about the wisdom behind their existence on this planet. Why did Allah create us? Very simple question, and very important question for every human who lives on this planet. Why did Allah create me? What is your mission? What's your task? And how much have you done of that? وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us about our mission briefly. I have not created jinn and I have not created humans except for one thing to do in this life. Is to worship me, is to obey me, is to know me and obey me, and to do everything that I ask them to do. This is the task. Yet you will find many people unfocused, unfortunately. Here, as we have learned from the previous episode about the nature of this life, how well decorated and how beautiful and how green it looks, yet it's going to end up soon. It's going to be yellow and it's going to be straw, death. All of us are going to end our life in death. And this may be very soon, and it's a relative matter. So it can be for some people 40 years, 30 years, 20 years, 100 years or more or less. Yet it's going to end. So what should we do in this short life in comparison, because this world is short in comparison with later life. It does not represent a single dot in it. So what should we focus on this temporary life? Here in the following ayah number 21, chapter Surah Al-Hadid, and this is chapter number 57. We are still in the same chapter. We are moving just from one ayah number 20, and now we are in 21. After we have known the nature of this life, so there should be a task. There should be something to do. What should we do? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who tells us. He does not leave it for us, for the smart people to infer and to understand what they are supposed to do. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses all humans. And here, as you can see, you can make this judgment by yourself now. It does not necessarily talk to the believers. It talks to every human being. But only the smart people who follow what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives them of the tips in this life. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts by commanding humans, all humans, no exception, sabiqu, race. This is the beginning of the verse. It's a command from Allah based on the understanding of the nature of this life that we are enjoying right now. But we know that it is temporary enjoyment. So what should we do in this short life, relatively short life? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. سابقوا إلى مغفرة من ربكم وجنة عرضها كعرض السماء والأرض أعدت للذين آمنوا بالله ورسله ذلك فضل الله يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. The translation can roughly be as follows. Race with one another, all of you. Race with one another in hastening towards forgiveness from your Lord, from Allah, and towards paradise. The width of it is as the width of the heavens and the earth, prepared for those who believe in Allah and His messengers. That is the grace of Allah, which He bestows on whom He is pleased with. And remember, and Allah is the owner of the great bounty. Beautiful, beautiful ayah. It's almost more or less 20 words. What does Allah command us after He showed us the nature of this life, that it is a kind of temporary enjoyment? What's going to happen? What are we supposed to do in our short life? He said that you should race with one another, compete with one another. What should we compete in? Should we compete in collecting money, as most of the non-smart people do in this life? To heap as much money as they can, then they leave the money and then they die, and they find that they discover that they are fool because they spend their time just collecting money and just looking for the beauty and forgetting about the main task that Allah has created them for? No. Compete with one another in these areas. Compete with each other to reach paradise safely, because this is the goal. This is not the temporary life that we are living in. This is temporary. What most of the people do, that they think that this life is going to last. It's not going to last. Even if you enjoy every second of it, even if you are the richest person in this world, it's not going to last. It didn't last for the messengers of Allah. It didn't last for any leader. It didn't last for any human. We see this every day. Not even every day, every second we hear about somebody who died somewhere in the world. Yet we know that he or she died after his life. So this kind of enjoyment is temporary. Even if you lived 100 years or 200 years, you were the best human to enjoy everything, which is not the truth with everybody. It's temporary. It's going to end. So we should compete in something else, because it's going to end. We should compete with each other in these areas that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us to compete. Compete with each other to reach paradise. So this is your goal. You should make competition with each human being, as if you are the only one who is trying to do that. Everybody should compete in the areas that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked. Do you remember this Jannah? This paradise is wide as heavens and earth. It is so huge. There would be a room for everybody. You just do your competition and don't compete with others on these trivial things on this life. Rather compete to reserve a place there. And this Jannah is what أُعِدَّتْ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ أُعِدَّتْ لِلَّذِينَ آمَنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. Now people should ask this question, normal question. Whom this paradise is prepared for? It is prepared for, if you believe in paradise, you should know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala prepared this paradise for those who believe in Allah and in His messengers. So if you have this kind of belief and you have this kind of competition with each other and you try to compete to reserve your place there, this is where you are supposed to do. This is what we are supposed to do in this life. In this temporary life, the 60 years, the 70 years, the 100 years, the 200 years, we should spend most of it in competition with each other. By what? By doing something good. By doing what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has asked you to do. Look at the question. What is the best thing that we have done, you have done today and I have done today? First thing which is the first thing that Allah will ask you about. Did you pray today? Did you perform your prayer in a group, in jama'ah? Did you do this? This is at least the first thing that we have done early in the morning today. Did you do what Allah asked you to do in these previous times? Did you start after that making dhikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and mentioning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and keeping your tongue wet with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Did you start doing the best things that Allah asked you to do? Yes, because we are worshipping Him. We are fulfilling our duties, and our job is to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by doing these acts. Have you done them? Yes, I have done them. Alhamdulillah, be comfortable and thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for this. Because you are what? You are competing, you are taking some steps, you are now getting ready for death. If death comes now, if it comes at any time, you are ready. You are doing the best thing that you can do according to your covenants with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You believe in Allah, you perform the prayers, and you do this and this and this and this. So this is the task that you should do. This is what you should be busy with. You prepare everything, you sleep early, you do this, you do this. You are getting ready for doing the prayer, because once you perform the task on time, every task on time, so there would be nothing left. You compete with each other. And the Satan would come to you, no, you are tired today. Today is an exception. No, no exceptions. As long as you have the ability to do it, don't postpone it. Otherwise, you will be fooled. You will be following the footsteps of the Satan. And this is not the task of the Muslim. And here, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us that because this paradise is prepared for you, for the believers. And this is the grace of Allah. See, that's why the first thing that you do is you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahu يؤتيه من يشاء والله ذو الفضل العظيم. Because Allah has the great bounty. Allah has the great grace, and He's the one who bestows His grace on the people whom He loves. And Allah loves those who obey Him, those who follow His commands. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين وصل اللهم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.